accepting the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes you qanit. Meaning, you and your friend got married, same year, she has 3 children, and you still don't have a child. Kanita, that doesn't mean you're not going to go and see what is the issue, but you will not complain. You're going to say, Ya Allah, if you're going to show your pain, your need, you're going to show it to Allah only. Qanitat. What is qanita? What you just read it. You just read it when, may Allah reward her, was reading it. What's qanita? Qanita is obedient to Allah. There is more than just obedient to Allah. That's the usual translation, by the way. Devout, that's part of it. Here a combination. There's not a single word that will translate qanita, but usually qanita is Sayyidah Maryam. The woman that is repeatedly described in the Quran as qanita is Sayyidah Maryam. So who's al-qanita? Devout, absolutely, right? You said obedient. There is a little bit more. Putting Allah in the center of their life, that's the whole meaning. But see the word itself. Part of it is not modest. هذه متقية. Serving Allah. Anybody? Don't speak without raising your hand. Yes. Al-qanita. If you want to put a picture in your brain or in your mind, a woman who's qanita. Okay? That woman is in her place wherever you pray. And she is humble. And she is quiet. Right? She's soft. Focused on Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Whatever He says, she does. And she spends a lot of the time in acts of worship. But the main thing why Sayyidah Maryam was described as qanita, because when Allah tested her in that test, that may He not test any of us, she didn't say, why me? What did she say? How can this happen? I'm single. I've never had a man in my life. I've never had a man touch me. How am I going to get pregnant? She's not questioning why me, which many of us does. If your friend got married and you're not, why I'm not? Why she is? I'm prettier. I'm smarter. I'm whatever. She didn't say that. She didn't say, I am the woman who is always submitting to Allah's will and I'm in salah and siyam and now that's what happens to me. No, she said, how can this happen? Meaning, there is no man. How come I'm going to get pregnant? Because that's her response twice in the Quran. أن كيف يكون لي غلام ولم يمسسني بشر ولم أكو بغية. She said it in Surah Maryam itself. How can this happen? I've never been touched by a man, meaning I've never been married, and I've never been doing things that lead to pregnancy. I'm not saying words because of the ages I see around it. So the qanita is, yes, the woman who is obedient, the woman who is humble, the woman who is modest, all of the above. But number one, she is obedient. Listen to what I'm going to say, because that's going to hit home. She's obedient, accepting the decree of Allah. Did you get my point? Accepting the decree of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes you qanita. Meaning, you and your friend got married, same year, she has 3 children, and you still don't have a child. Kanita, that doesn't mean you're not going to go and see what is the issue, but you will not complain. You're going to say, Ya Allah, if you're going to show your pain, your need, you're going to show it to Allah only. Ya Allah, like Sayyidina Zakaria, لا تذرني فردا وأنت خير الوارثين. Don't leave me without children. But I'm not going to go and talk to everybody. Right? I'm really upset. Yani why me? Here I am, put my hijab, and I'm not having children. You're not a qanita. Qanita never argue about Allah rules, not Allah decree, rules. Why did He say you need to wear hijab? Why He said the man takes double the woman? Why He said the wife needs to take care of her husband? Why doesn't? But that doesn't mean you have no opinion. It's extremely important balance. Now these days we live between 2 extremes. Either a woman has no right whatsoever, she's just another piece of the house, versus the feminism movement. Both is not the Muslim woman. Sayyidah Aisha, when she was tested and she went through injustice, she submitted to Allah, but she stood up for herself in front of her Rasul and her father, with complete adab, with complete etiquettes and complete manners. So al-qanita You planned this, right? And I'm going to speak to the organizers. May Allah reward you. They did. We agreed on this. I think this is even before I said yes to Miftah. This 2 months ago, I think I said yes to this, if I recall well. طيب. And the organizers are working hard, trying to do everything perfect. And I didn't show up. I didn't show up. You don't know yet why I didn't show up. Qanita, obedient, the first thing comes out of your mouth. The first thing comes out of your mouth, tell me what's in your heart. First thing, not after I remind you or you remind me. You're going to say, قدر الله ما شاء فعل. There has to be a reason. You need to find thousands excuses why she didn't show up. Versus, okay, this is how the Muslims call us. They don't keep their word. Yani, why didn't she call us? Then I'm not a qanita. Did you see my point? That doesn't mean I am not going to, after my first reaction, I'm going to say, you know what, let's reach out and see what is going on. And let's assume I texted and I said, oh, I thought it was in May. I'm just giving extreme example. You're not going to say, I will never invite her again. You're not a qanita. You're going to say, you know what? Maybe we should have reminded you more. And if I am qanita and I did this mistake, because al-qanit is both sides, I could be doing the mistake or you could be. If I'm doing the mistake, the first thing I'm going to say, may Allah forgive me. I'm not going to blame anybody. I'm not going to blame Jannah Institute, who staff, why didn't you remind me? I'm very busy. No, I'm not qanita. I'm going to say, subhanallah, may Allah forgive me. Please pass my apology to all those who registered. And from now, I'm going to give you a date. Even if I'm going to squeeze myself. And please remind me. Then I am a qanita. Did you get my point? And this applies to your daily life. Apply this as a wife, with your husband, with your in-laws, with your parents, with your colleagues, with your neighbor, with anybody. When you're driving, the qanita is not only in Ramadan when she is alone. To have this title, any of the titles I just shared and I will be sharing, it has to be constant. It's not when I am in the masjid, I'm perfect, and when I go to college, I'm a different human being. Then you're not. You're 50-50. Qanita. And he says qanitat. That's why it is not only obedient, because next he said abidat.